Do you know why you should have short and long-term financial goals? Well, if not, we're going to explain in this video why you should be doing that. And welcome to day 7 of the two financial goals: financial literacy and financial freedom. Hey, Jason here. If you're new to the channel, I've been an expat/nomad for 10 years now. I'm now in my 4th country, 3rd continent, here in the southern region of Africa in Lusaka, Zambia. What I started doing is just sharing with you what I've learned along this 10-year journey, what got me here, and also if you're thinking about becoming an expat or nomad or expat/nomad, or if you already won, why you should be looking into the southern region of Africa, which not a lot of people talk about. So today is day 7. And first off, if you're on YouTube, thank you for coming back. I hope you're really enjoying this series. Make sure you like and share this video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so and hit the bell so you can be notified when I put up a video. I do put up videos every single day. And if you want to be able to watch this live, you are actually a day behind for everyone else. So when you see this, I will be actually filming day 8. But if you want to catch this live, all you have to do is catch me over at TikTok at Jason Chaney 777. And there you can actually interact live, and you do get a little bit more information behind the scenes. And we do have a Q&A where you can ask questions based off the topic. And so today's day 7, and it's talking about set financial milestones. Now, when you want to set a financial milestone, you want it to be short and long-term goals. Short-term goals is something that you can reach, I would say, within 6 months to a year. And the reason why you want to have something that short is because you want to have that quick victory. The faster you can start accumulating more victories underneath your belt, the easier it becomes to you. And then you stop second guessing yourself. When people always ask me like, oh, did you ever have imposter syndrome? It's not that I had imposter syndrome. It was that I wasn't aware if I was able to do what I was doing. Like when I first decided to leave the United States, I didn't know if I was able to do this. I didn't know anybody who retired at the age around 28, 29. And I didn't know anybody who decided to leave their home country and just decide to move abroad. Now, I've met people who went on vacations. I've met people who stayed extended times in countries, but I never met someone who just did it full time. So it wasn't that I was having imposter syndrome when I first started this. It was just that I didn't have the belief in myself. And this is what short-term goals do for you. It puts the belief in yourself. Now, me, as someone who's been out of the United States for 10 years, I don't even see myself ever being able to live there again. And this is how you're going to become when you start reaching your financial goals. And so as you keep accumulating the short-term goals underneath your belt, as you're aiming for your long-term goals, you will actually start to have that belief in yourself. And so you don't have to worry about imposter syndrome. That whole thing where a lot of people teach fake it till you make it, don't do that. Like, don't waste your time trying to fake being someone you're not. Be who you are and become the person that you want to become. Faking it till you make it is silly. It is very silly, and it's setting you up for failure, actually. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people, when they think you're coming off as narcissistic or you're coming off as you're better than others, they're waiting and hoping for you to fail. Even with me, when I first decided to leave, I was telling people, because, I thought people would be happy for me. And the truth was, a lot of people were not. A lot of people's like, oh, you're giving up. Oh, you're quitting the fight. And I'm like, what fight? Like, fighting in the United States, a race war is not my fight. I went to war. I fought my fault. I survived it. And I'm done with fighting. And so I had people who were friends. They stopped talking to me. I had people who were friends that said I was a sellout. All these different things. And I stopped caring. I realized for me, this is my life. And I want you to realize too, this is your life. You need to live your life for you. The same way I live my life for me, I hope you live your life for you and reach your financial goals, reach your financial freedom. If you want to live outside of your home country, you have the right to do so. And you can do it if you do things correctly. And don't let other people bully you into submitting to something that is not what you want to do. And so that's where you have your long-term goal also. Your short-term goal is to get you those short wins So you start having the belief in yourself. And then your long-term goals is where there's something that is so crazy and so outrageous that you don't believe it is ever humanly possible for you to achieve it. Because as you keep accumulating those short-term wins, your belief system gets up. Now, what that means by your belief system, you're now creating the brain cells. It's all about creating brain cells. The more brain cells you start creating around the person that you want to become and doing the things you want to do, you become unstoppable. That is the law of attraction. That is the Bible of when it says you reap what you sow. When it's talking about sowing, you're putting the seeds or you're starting to create the new brain cells. As those brain cells, you keep focusing on them and they're going through cellular division and multiplying and they're compounding over time. It creates your belief. It creates your new identity. You have to create a new identity around who you want. Now, because I want this, it's a Sunday. I know you're probably just coming from church. It's family time. I don't want to go too in depth about the whole creating brain cells and belief. So I'm going to keep this one very short. This is going to be a very short live. I am going to do probably a separate video on YouTube just speaking about this where it may be 30, 40 minutes. Because this is something that we all need to start understanding. We are taught cellular division in school, but we're not taught what it actually means. The cells that are, why does somebody want to call me right now? Hold on 1 second. Okay, let me put this on Do Not Disturb real quick. See, let me hurry up and get finished off here. King, what's up with you, brother? How you doing? And so as I was saying, school teaches us about cellular division, but it doesn't teach us exactly what that means. When your brain is going through cellular division, you are creating new brain cells. That is a part of neuroplasticity and neuroelasticity. That is why once you become aware of something, you can never become unaware of it. You now have those new brain cells in place. Give you an example. Let's say if you're new to entrepreneurship, whatever type of entrepreneurship you're getting in, just when you first start out, you're unfamiliar, you're uncomfortable. You're second guessing yourself all the time. But as you become better as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, some things you don't have to think about anymore. You see opportunities in other avenues. Even with me, because I've been doing entrepreneurship, email marketing, digital marketing, video marketing, all of these things for about 6, 7 years now, there's things that I see all around me that other people do not see. So like when I be explaining to people, hey, get on TikTok, do some lives. Hey, promote your company. Stop being shy. Create a character, whoever you want to be. Like hire someone to be the brand ambassador for your company. But you need to get on social media. They do not see what I see because they do not have the brain cells of awareness around doing business online. Most people still see online as some foreign thing. Not a lot of people are doing it. It's more kids than adults. And the truth is, everybody is online now. You have grandparents, you have great grandparents, you do have kids on there also. You have all age groups that are using online and digital media marketing. Now, the catch with the online marketing, and this is why I always suggest people to do it, it doesn't matter if you want to become an influencer or not. You have to understand the way we consume material now is through a digital spectrum. And what that means is billboards don't work anymore. Magazine advertisement, print advertisement, those things don't work anymore. Yes, you may get 1 to 5 or maybe 10 people turnaround, but when you look at the cost per acquisition of a customer, you're not getting anywhere near what it costs for you to do something online. Because we have now been adapted to consuming most of our material from a digital spectrum. Even now, you can go inside a house full of 6, 7 people, and everybody is consuming what they want to listen to or hear on their own individual phone or digital device, such as tablet or laptop. So because we live in that spectrum now, you have to start doing business in that area. Now, lady, how you been doing? How are you doing? And the only reason I'm aware of that because I have built the brain cells around it by becoming an entrepreneur 7 years ago. If I never did become an entrepreneur, I would have never started understanding the power of social media and the digital spectrum when it comes to business. Even you're going to be seeing here on TikTok and on my YouTube channel, as I'm creating all of these different children's manifestation, children mindset, and children financial books that I'm creating for young kids. And what I'm doing is I'm putting them in all different languages throughout the southern region of Africa. So like right now I have a meditation for kids in Zulu. I have I think it's a cute little Eden Shakanda book in Nyanja. I have one in Kulo, which is for Liberia. I actually made that one for the Liberian government so they can hand out to kids for free of charge. And that one is teaching financial literacy to children, talking about the money tree. I have one in Setswana that I've just finished. And I'm finna start working next on the ones in Vimba. And then I'm going to move on to Venda and a few other languages. But you're going to see that I'm going to start advertising or marketing those here throughout the social media. And I'm only charging people $1, $1 US. That's it. And most people be like, well, that ain't a lot of money. It's not about generating the money. It's to show you that this is what you can do with the internet and things of this nature. But also, that is a short-term financial goal of mine, is to start selling kids books around positive mindset, meditation, and financial literacy. It is all about getting children to start really believing in themselves and understanding who they are. Shut out some of that outside noise from either their family or their society. I'm a strong believer that children are our future, and we need to start investing more into them. We need to start teaching them correctly. So that is one of my financial goals. And so then, like my long-term goal, which is we kids specifically. Which one? Oh, why kids specifically? Oh, okay. Now I understand what you're saying, the lady. So the reason why I'm targeting kids specifically, it is easier for a child to make up their mind than it is for an adult to change their mind. What I mean by that is once kids at a psychological level, once you put in a certain amount of information into a child, it goes straight into their subconscious mind. And so once they have enough information in there, they will start automatically having these brain cells of prosperity and financial abundance. Whereas an adult, they have to start creating it from scratch. And it's harder for adults. It is harder to change your mind up because as an adult, you already have an identity around very specific concepts and not aspirations, but blocks of life. Whereas a child is a clean slate. So it's easier to program a child, even if they're in a family that does not have the same programming of abundance. And so if you put enough of that information in a child, even in a family that may not have that programming at all, that child still has a chance. It has better building blocks to make better choices later on down the line. Whereas trying to get an adult, like most adults, once you hit 30 to 35, the chances of changing your mind will take a miracle. And most people don't want to listen to the truth. Most people are not open-minded. Sadly, a lot of us think open-minded means sex. We're in such a bestial state now, we don't even know what things mean anymore. And a lot of the way that we think as adults are very primitive. And so to change an adult, it would take a lot more energy than it will to change a child. And also doing financial books for adults, it's not that they don't work. Most people do not understand the study habits of how to get it to work. So like if I was to create just books right now, financial wise for adults, I would be doing them a disservice. Adults need to be in workshops. They need to be in seminars. Adults also need to be in person. And the reason why you need to be in person, you need to be able to feel the motivation. You need to be able to feel the energy that's in the room because you have to change your mind, whereas a child just has to make up their mind. Once that child makes up their mind that they can be what they want to be or do what they want to do, there's nothing stopping that child. And it's just also, it goes into one of the Native American proverbs that I strongly believe in. Instead of thinking for the present generation, we need to start thinking 3 to 4 generations down the line. And so that's why I'm targeting children now. And also, being in Africa, you all are the youngest growing population in the world. There's no other country that is growing at you all's rate. And there's so many children here. These kids need to be consuming things that is going to help them with their financials instead of just the American. Most people don't understand all school systems are controlled by the Rockefeller Institution. Every subject matter, the Rockefeller Institution put that together, and it's not for us to gain financial literacy. It's to actually keep us enslaved to people who do not go along that path. That's why they say A students work for C students. We need to start understanding what are those few C students doing that are building these huge corporations, and why are they being more successful than the students who have way more education. And so that's why. And so your action step for today is define your short and long-term financial goals. Your long-term financial goals, have it set for 5 to 10 years. And the parameter for the long-term goal is make it so unbelievable that you're afraid to tell people that is actually a goal of yours. It needs to be unrealistic in your mind because you don't have the belief in yourself. And then your short-term goal needs to be six months to 1 year. And the point of that is it needs to be something that you want to obtain in 6 months to a year. So here's one of my short-term goals. Now I do them a lot sooner. I break things up into quarters because I do every 3 months. So now that we're moving into the last quarter of 2025, which means if you want to change your 2026, you need to start doing it right now. When people start waiting for January 1st to make a New Year's resolution, all that means is most likely if you reach it in 2027 or the next year, you're lucky. But stop relying on luck and actually start using this principle as the compounding effect. Whatever your goal that you want to have for 2026, you need to set it right now in this last quarter, this last 3 months, and go strong at it. So what I did, I set a goal that I want to put out 100 children's books. Now, these ain't large books. It ain't a lot of energy put into it, but it is an unrealistic number as a short-term goal. I'll be honest with you. And the reason why it seems unrealistic, if I tell you, hey, print 100 books, create 100 things of anything right now, you're going to be like, oh man, that's crazy. But the way I'm looking at it is I have the time to create one book every single day. If I just do that, that'll be 93 books I do in 3 months. I already have 4 or 5 books down the drain. So that means that'll be at 98. I just need to put in 2 more books somewhere. I can find some time to put in 1 extra book within this 93 days or this last quarter. And now my long-term goal is in 5 years, I want to have a Maserati. That is crazy. It is a crazy goal. I don't know where the money coming from. I don't care where the money coming from. I want a Maserati in 5 years. I've already seen one. I can get a used Maserati. It's the exact trimming that I like. It's a pearl white. It's going to cost me about 300,000 kwacha, which I think is maybe 40,000 USD. I don't know where the money coming from, but it's going to come. But that's also another one. It seems very unrealistic, but that's what I want. Even if it's a gift exactly, it don't matter. Like, see, that's the catch. Don't block your blessing. Don't never block your blessing. Like, if someone wants to gift you, if it's a lover or someone and admirer and they want to give you something, let them. Don't block your blessing. One of the things that I've been studying, actually, before I say that, TikTok, you hold on, let me close out YouTube real quick. So YouTube, if you want to see the behind the scenes and get extra tips and tricks and be able to communicate with me and while I'm doing the lives, make sure you follow me over at Jason Chaney 777. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you leave those down below. And also, if you have not done already, make sure you go into the description and download the actual tracker that I made for you. This is to help you with your budgeting. All you have to do is go to the description, highlight it, copy and paste, put it in your URL, and then hit enter, and that will come up for you. That is free of charge, something that I've put together just for you. And so just remember this, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.